Hi, I'm Amy from Fox Run Environmental Education Center, and today I'm talking about gardening books for beginners. It might not be quite what you expect, but that's okay, bear with me, and we'll be introduced to some great new books. Before I begin, please like and subscribe to our channel, and that helps us grow. Also, check out our education programs. We have really vamped up our education programs for this year, both on-site and online. For on-site, we're offering a new program for women, weekend workshops for women in homesteading, and we have a new online class that is open, Introduction to Food Self-Sufficiency. You can find the information for those in the description. All right, so our first book is actually called Botany for Gardeners. And I think this is really an important concept for gardeners. So it's important to understand what makes your plant tick. You know, we know that our plant needs water, our plant needs sunshine. But what's going to happen if they don't get those in the right amount? Or what happens if they get too much water? Or, there aren't enough minerals in the soil? This kind of breaks down, what is the plant doing and how is it getting that water out of the soil? And it's very easy to read. It's written by a botanist who is also a gardener. So it's very practical, very easy to read, has lots of great information. And so if you understand what your plant needs to grow, make lots of fruit, make lots of vegetables, then, that's 90% of your battle. The tilling the earth and the hauling manure to the garden is all going to seem as like easy steps. And so I really suggest that you read this book and, learn more about your plants. This book is from the Four Season Farm, which is Elliot Coleman and Barbara Damrosch. They are the owners of the Four Season Farm, and they are just the epitome of organic farmers. They have done a lot for the local food movement. They also speak at farming conferences about marketing, and their books are wonderful. This book is really interesting. It is geared, this one is not geared towards farmers per se, it is geared towards gardeners, and it does have a lot of information, and kind of it breaks down their home vegetable garden and what they do. But then it's really neat because it has recipes. The first half of the book is about gardening, the second half of the book is about recipes. And so one of the things I always talk a lot about, and maybe too much about, but I always tell people, plan, plan, plan. Because if you plan your garden, you're growing those things that are important to you, important to your family. It does no good if you, grow a bunch of eggplant and they're beautiful and they look luscious and no one wants to eat them. And so, having recipes for fresh produce and having things to do with your fresh produce is just as important as growing it. But I do highly recommend, having a family meeting, or if it's just you, sit down and really think, what do I eat? And, what do I want to grow that I'm going to eat and make good use of? So this book is actually a little bit more of the beginner farming book. And so this is Mini Farming by Brett Markham, and the subtitle is Self-Sufficiency on 1/4 of an Acre. So this book is geared towards people in more urban areas. And so if you've watched my foundations video, you know how much I love John Seymour and his self-sufficiency books. And he was, 1, 5, 10 acres is kind of what he was teaching. And so what Brett Markham does is take a lot of his philosophies and ideas, and he breaks them down. And he does have a nice step-by-step kind of method, and how is he doing that self-sufficiency in a small space. And so I also often recommend, I teach a class on self-sufficiency for urban gardeners, and I often recommend this book to them. So it is a great great read if you're really wanting to get serious about your gardens this year. So I am filming this on New Year's Eve Day 2019. So Happy New Year. I'm wishing you a wonderful gardening year. Please feel free if you have comments or questions to put them in the comments section. And I hope that you have the time this winter to curl up with a good gardening book and dream about spring. It's coming soon. It has to be. So thanks. Have a great day.